Well, the rain has eased across our area, but the danger of high water in rivers and streams remains.
Emergency crews were called out for a number of water rescues over the weekend. And there was another incident on the water just today, this one involving a group of people tubing on the French Broad River in Asheville.
The tubers were tied together, but as they were pushed along by the fast-moving river, they got tangled up around a pylon on the Amboy Road Bridge. Some swam to shore, while others disconnected their tubes and floated over.
And they were finally able to free the tubes, and luckily nobody was hurt. Emergency officials say with rivers running higher, they've responded to more than double the typical amount of water rescues.
News 13's Ingrid Alstead joins us live from the French Broad River. Ingrid, how many rescues have there been in Buncombe County?
7 in just the past month, and of course, as you just mentioned, several of those along the French Broad River where we are right now. Now contrast that to some years when we have no water rescues. The same story in Transylvania County, where officials there say they can only do so much. It may be the last thing on your mind during a relaxing float down the river, but perhaps safety should be the first.
But we've been reassured by the person that we rented these from that it'll be okay for us, and we've had other people who've gone in, say, the last week, so we believe it should be okay.
This group of camp counselors heard conditions were safe.
But they didn't tell us that anyone was in danger, or that there had been people who had been hurt on it. They just tied tubes to our car.
Rangers say the Davidson River is okay to tube today, but just this past weekend on another river in the county, an 8-year-old boy was underwater for several minutes when his tube got stuck. It's the 4th water rescue this month, the 8th this year, compared to only 3 by this time last year.
Well, that's terrible and that's worrying, obviously.
Forest rangers say informing people before getting onto area rivers is the best precaution.
We don't have people who are out there constantly. We have some people, our law enforcement officers are out there. We have people at the visitor center here. We have 80,000 people who stop by here every year, so the probability of them stopping here is pretty high where we can get that message to them.
Only 2 officers patrol the 160,000 acres of forest, a limited amount of patrol officers from the sheriff's office too.
Certainly with as many rivers and waterfalls as we have within our community, we're not able to actively patrol each one, so really the best thing that we can do right now is try to put that information out into the visitors' hands.
The sheriff says they cannot force people to stay out of the water.
No law that says they can't get into the river, so there's not really anything much that we can do to prevent that.
And it's up to the person to make the call.
Ultimately, it comes down to a personal choice of whether you're going to go into that river.
Officials also say to use a flotation device even if you're using some sort of water toy like a tube. Now, a couple things to look for when you head to the river. Make sure to look for the water levels. How high are they? Also, how quickly that water is moving. It is your call as to whether it's safe enough to get onto the river. And as for that 8-year-old little boy who was in our story, as of this afternoon, he was in critical condition. Reporting live in Buncombe County, Ingrid Alstead, News 13.